Hello, and welcome to a night of calm and gentle rest. My name is Emily, and I'm so grateful you've chosen to share this peaceful evening with me. I'll be your narrator as we embark on a soothing journey through our story, titled Chapter 1, The Invitation. Before we begin, let's take a moment to imagine a serene scene, a cozy home bathed in amber dusk, where the evening breeze carries a promise of gentle rest. I'd love to know where you're joining from tonight. Leave a comment and share. It's always comforting to feel connected to one another. Now, let's settle in and take a few deep breaths together. In and out, allowing the cares of the day to melt away. Imagine finding yourself in a cozy little home, nestled among trees that sway gently with the evening breeze. A soft dusk settles outside, painting the sky with warm amber hues, and through the window you can hear the faint sounds of crickets beginning their evening serenade, a sweet melody that carries a promise of tranquility. In this home lives Helen, a dedicated mother with a heart full of warmth and nostalgia. On this particular evening, she finds herself standing by the front door, her fingers wrapped around the cool metal handle of the mailbox. The air outside is crisp, a gentle breath of autumn, creating a delightful chill that gives her cheeks a faint rosy hue. She takes a moment to breathe in the earthy scent of fallen leaves and the promise of a quiet evening. As she opens the mailbox, the metallic creak of the door echoes softly, and her eyes scan the familiar assortment of envelopes and packages within. Her heart flutters with expectation as she wonders what news awaits her. But almost immediately, something catches her attention. A sleek ivory envelope gleaming in the dim light. It stands out against the ordinary assortment of junk mail and bills. With gentle curiosity, Helen reaches into the mailbox. The rich texture of the invitation is smooth against her fingertips as she pulls it out, the way the softly textured paper feels almost luxurious in her hands. It's adorned with delicate gold calligraphy, the kind that seems to promise a celebration full of joy and laughter. As she turns the envelope over, a lingering sense of wonder washes over her. The front bears a simple label, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Confusion dances in her mind for a moment. Did someone mistakenly use her name? Who could have addressed it to her? Thoughts swirl in her mind, piecing together names or occasions, but there are no clues, just the inviting allure of the envelope cradled in her hand, stirring both anticipation and a quiet mystery. Helen steps back inside her home, closing the door softly behind her as the warm air embraces her like an old friend, a gentle contrast to the autumn chill outside. The peaceful shift reminds her of home's quiet magic, its memories already stirring beneath the surface. The familiar scent of baked cookies wafts through the living room, the sweet aroma wrapping around her like a gentle hug, stirring memories of countless family gatherings where laughter mingled with the scent of her favorite treats. She meanders towards the kitchen, the soft creak of the floorboards beneath her feet, echoing the stories of countless moments shared within these walls. As she untangles the envelope from her thoughts, Helen lets out a soft sigh, feeling an unexpected wave of nostalgia crashing over her. Looking around at the framed photographs on the walls, she is filled with a momentary warmth. Captured snapshots of her son's childhood play against the sunlight pouring through the kitchen window, illuminating moments frozen in time. Hands covered in paint from an art project, a triumphant grin as he displayed a soccer trophy, and a tender embrace with his ever-supportive father. Her heart swells with bittersweet pride, a warmth mingled with tenderness as the vibrant memories of her son's childhood play like soft melodies in her mind. The laughter, the growing years, each fleeting moment a treasure she still holds close. There, on the table, she feels drawn to a beautiful vase filled with wildflowers, their vibrant colors reminiscent of a time gone by. As if sensing her presence, the flowers seem to dance gently in the light breeze spilling through the window, casting sweet shadows against the walls. A part of her feels a tinge of sadness. Time moves forward so swiftly, like a river flowing toward the horizon, carrying with it moments she will never hold in her hands again. Still cradling the envelope, Helen's fingers graze over the ornate calligraphy once more, as if trying to decipher an unspoken clue hidden within the delicate letters. Thoughts of her son flood her mind, his laughter, his inquisitive spirit, and now his flourishing relationship with someone new. But who could this Mr. and Mrs. Johnson be? Her heart beats softly, each pulse stirring a deeper sense of curiosity and anticipation. What mystery could this envelope hold? Uncertainty lingers in the warm air like a whisper, teasing her thoughts. She sits down at the kitchen table, the warmth of the polished wood grounding her as she carefully opens the invitation. The subtle tear of paper creates a soft whisper, a fittingly gentle sound in the quiet of the evening. As she unfolds the invitation, the elegant script spills out before her. An invitation to a wedding, a moment of celebration, but with so many unanswered questions hovering like mist in the air. Helen's eyes wander over the words as she imagines the joy of such an occasion. What will her son's life look like beyond this moment? What does a future with love and partnership hold for him? She envisions him standing under a grand archway, surrounded by flowers, his smile radiant against the backdrop of bright sunshine and laughter echoing all around. This image swirls through her mind, a delicate tapestry of love and change woven together with every heartbeat. And yet, there is a bittersweet pang in her chest. A longing for the simpler times when he was little, when the world was full of magic and endless possibilities. As she sits quietly, she feels the shadows lengthening in her home, a stillness settling around her like a soft blanket. Outside, the sky deepens further into twilight, the golden light fading into shades of indigo, sparkling stars beginning to emerge like tiny beacons of hope. The rhythm of life envelops her once more. The distant sound of laughter from a neighboring home floating through the air like a gentle lullaby. The thought of her son embarking on a new chapter fills her with a mix of joy and apprehension, a duality that often comes with change. Each new relationship adds another layer to their family fabric, weaving in threads of joy and connection, yet also a thread of uncertainty, as the familiar patterns begin to shift and alter. With a deep breath, Helen sits back in her chair, enveloped by the imparted warmth of the house, cradling the invitation like a cherished memory, ready to explore where this unexpected journey will lead them. Tonight, she allows herself to dream of love and the subtle changes it brings with it. The new beginnings rooted in the foundation they've always shared. If she closes her eyes and listens closely, she can almost hear the echo of laughter, the gentle clinking of glasses raised in celebration, and the soft whispers of love shared, knitting their hearts together as a family, a tapestry that continues to grow and flourish, just like her son. As I gently settled back into my chair, I took a deep breath and closed my eyes for just a moment, letting the warm embrace of nostalgia wrap around me like a soft, cozy blanket. It was amazing how the world felt different at this time of night. The hushed sounds of my home created a soothing backdrop, and I could hear the gentle rustle of leaves outside, the calming whisper of the night wind softly gliding through the trees. I could almost feel the coolness of the air touching my skin, a delicate reminder of the serenity that surrounded me tonight. The invitation from my son weighed on my heart, prompting a cascade of memories to flow freely like a gentle stream. I found myself drifting back to those early days of parenthood, basking in recollections that enveloped me in warmth. I remembered the day he took his first steps. How could I ever forget? He had been so determined and wobbly, his tiny legs moving with both trepidation and incredible resolve. With each tentative step he took across the soft, plush carpet of our living room, it felt as if time itself had paused to witness this remarkable transition. I could hear the delighted laughter spilling from my lips, mingling with my partner's joyous exuberance as we cheered for our little boy, who was just beginning to forge his path into the world. His triumphant giggles resonated throughout the house, echoing like a sweet melody that seemed to lift the very air around us. That moment had been a celebration of life and growth, a prelude to a journey filled with milestones, each more precious than the last. Those days were filled with the most beautiful chaos, the scattered toys on the floor, remnants of paint splatters on our table that told tales of creativity unleashed, and the sweet aroma of burnt toast that hung in the air from my attempts to master breakfast. As my thoughts continued to flow like a gentle river, I couldn't help but think about the laughter that danced in our home during family gatherings. I cherished those moments, the din of family togetherness ringing in my ears, each chuckle and snicker weaving a tapestry of joy around us. There was something magical about those evenings spent around the dinner table, the flickering candlelight casting soft shadows, illuminating the faces of loved ones nearby. I could hear the clinking of glasses filled with our favorite juice, and the scent of roasted chicken and vibrant vegetables wafting through the air, mingling together into something wonderful. I could see my son's face as he played games with his cousins, their laughter bouncing off the walls and filling every corner of the house. Those echoes of joy were a sweet symphony, a reminder of how love transformed even the simplest of occasions into something magical. Sitting among family, I would often pause, letting the warmth of the gathering wash over me. I could feel the cozy weight of the fabric of the couch beneath me, the soft cushion gently cradling my body as I took in these moments. It was during these gatherings that I found solace, a deep sense of belonging in the laughter that wrapped around us like a warm scarf. But as the years passed, I found my heart weighed down by the bittersweet feeling of my son growing more independent. It was as if each passing day pulled him farther away from the cocoon of childhood that I had so carefully crafted. I could vividly recall the day he no longer needed me to buckle him into his car seat, instead hopping in with his newfound confidence, ready to conquer the world. I watched him, the way he gripped the steering wheel with determination. It was a moment filled with pride, but also a tinge of sadness that tugged at the corners of my heart. He was blossoming, stretching his wings, but there was an undeniable ache in letting go. Evenings spent reading his favorite story, curling up together in a snug embrace, became cherished memories rather than daily routines. The fabric of our lives began to change, shifting gently like the shifting winds outside. I could almost hear the pages turning, the soft whispers of adventures shared between us. The books slowly migrated to his nightstand instead of staying with me on my lap, and I found comfort in the smell of the worn pages, each one a reminder of our shared stories, the heroes they brought to life, the worlds we traveled together. Each tale ingrained in his mind like a soft echo, a gentle reminder of all the lessons and love I hoped to impart. As I reflected on these moments, the silence of the moment only deepened my connection to him. The understanding crept in like dawn after a long night. My son was growing up, and the tender memories reminded me that while he was becoming more independent, there was still a part of him that remained connected to me. I could almost sense the warmth of his little hands, the way they would reach out for mine when he needed reassurance, a comforting anchor in a tumultuous world. Glimmers of laughter from the dinner table, the sound of friends gathered, merged with the feeling of bittersweet nostalgia that settled over me like a soft evening mist. This was the duality of motherhood, the joy and the heartache that wove seamlessly into one another. I found solace in remembering the way he would run towards me after a tumble, his eyes wide with urgency and clearly needing the comfort only a parent could provide. Time surged forward, turning those urgent little moments into distant memories, yet they remained vivid and alive within my heart. As the gentle quiet enveloped me once more, I reflected on everything my son had already accomplished, the young man he was becoming, and all the intricate experiences that had shaped him. I could feel the softness of a tear trickling down my cheek, carrying the weight of both joy and sorrow. I readily accepted this wave of emotion, letting it flow freely, allowing me to fully embrace each layer of what parenting had meant. Then I gently wiped away the tender droplet, savoring those cherished moments, and felt my heart filling with love anew. Since I had been reflecting on my son and his life, the subtle sounds of the night wrapped around me, creating a calming ambience that reminded me of the beauty inherent in both memory and love. The crisp night air carried whispers of the past while urging me to look forward, to see the life that continued to unfold. With a serene smile, I allowed my thoughts to drift to the future. What new chapters awaited us, and what stories would we continue to share? I tucked those reflections into a safe pocket of my heart, feeling the gentle swell of gratitude for every moment we had shared and every memory yet to be made. It was in this remembrance that I found incredible peace, aching yet full, all at once. I let the warmth of the night seep into my soul, the delicate interplay of nostalgia and hope cradling me gently as I remembered the journey we had taken together as mother and son, navigating through laughter, love, and independence. I took a deep, soothing breath and let the echoes of those memories swirl around me, preparing my heart for whatever lay ahead. As I nestled into the comforting embrace of my chair, the familiar echoes of my home wrapped around me like a gentle hug. The soft hues of the evening came filtering through the window, casting dreamy shadows that danced lazily across the walls. Outside, the night air was cool, with a lingering scent of blooming jasmine wafting delicately on the breeze. Closing my eyes for a moment, I took in the serene symphony of sounds, the soft chirp of crickets in the background and the faint rustle of leaves singing together as they swayed in the gentle wind. But tonight, my thoughts drifted, anchored to an unopened invitation sitting on the table. Its surface gleamed in the warm light, each corner subtly catching the glow. I could not help but marvel at what it represented, a new chapter in my son's life, heralded by thoughts of his future. I settled deeper into my chair, allowing my mind to wander. I began to ponder the kind of partner he had chosen. What qualities did they possess? Was their laughter light and effervescent like the first bubbles of champagne, or rich and deep like the profound music of a grand piano? Did they share my son's passion for adventure? What simple joys sparked their connection? Stargazing on summer nights, cooking together on rainy afternoons, or maybe even long walks through quiet forests, gathering inspiration from nature. His future partner would play a crucial role in the tapestry of his life, weaving threads of warmth, comfort, and love. I imagined their early days together, the nervousness of first interactions melting into the deepening trust of shared experiences. I saw them getting lost in conversations that stretched late into the evening as the world around them faded away, leaving only the two of them wrapped in each other's warmth, as beautiful and fleeting as the twilight. Those thoughts cast a gentle glow on my heart, but then, like clouds passing over a clear sky, I felt a flicker of anxiety arise. Change is transformative, yes, but it can also be daunting. I could vividly remember the day he was born, the pure joy wrapped in the overwhelming responsibility of nurturing a life. How quickly those daydreams of baby laughs and messy first steps had transformed into hopes and fears over his adolescence, and now into these thoughts of the maturity that marriage would bring. Marriage. It was a word laced with both promise and uncertainty. Would it create space for joy or lead to vulnerabilities? I spent a moment allowing the thoughts to wash over me, like gentle waves lapping against the shore. I could almost feel the worry ebbing and flowing as I imagined the changes that a marriage might initiate in my son's life. Would he remain my sweet, adventurous boy with all his quirks and passions intact? Or would he evolve into someone deeper, someone wiser, and perhaps a little more grounded? As I sat, lost in contemplation, the shadows outside danced as if they were also sharing in this intimate moment of reflection. The house itself seemed to breathe with me, its walls holding memories like precious keepsakes. I could hear the distant hum of a car passing by, muffled by the layers of evening, and in that noise, I thought of the adventures my son would embark upon. Would he travel the world, explore verdant hills or sandy beaches? Or perhaps he would find contentment in cozy corners, wrapped with a book, celebrating the joy of domestic life with his beloved? As each question floated through my mind, interlaced with gentle hopes, I instinctively reached for the soft fabric of my blanket, its tactile warmth grounding me in the moment. I allowed my fingertips to brush against the cozy fibers, and it helped bring a deeper calm to my racing thoughts. Still, alongside the questions, I felt a burgeoning tide of hope unfurling in my heart. In my mind's eye, I envisioned my son, sitting across from his partner, laughter spilling effortlessly between them, painting the air with joy. A sense of happiness swelled at the thought of him finding companionship, support, and love in a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming. What delights awaited him in this new chapter? I could only imagine the colors that love would bring to his life palette, hues of passion, trust, and celebration of each expansive moment. I pictured quiet evenings spent together, perhaps reading side by side, enjoying the comfort of shared silence, or the joyful essence of cooking a meal together. Would they weave dreams of future adventures while sharing tender glances across candlelit tables? The image of their vibrant life together started to fill the corners of my mind, painting them with richness as I inhaled deeply, letting the peace settle like soft snowflakes upon me. Yet, while I allowed this sense of serenity to wash over me, a slight tremor of worry still snaked through my thoughts. I couldn't help but think of possible challenges they might face. Would they navigate the windy path of life with grace, meeting each curve with patience and understanding? My heart whispered prayers for their resilience, for the strength to weather storms, and to emerge on the other side, hand in hand, fortified by love and shared dreams. A small sigh escaped my lips, a release of the worries that had crowded my mind. The vast possibilities of life filled my spirit with a gentle thrill. As days turned to years and transitions unfolded, I carried my hopes close to my heart, keeping them warm. I imagined family gatherings filled with the sweet sounds of laughter, a space colored with love, recalling shared histories and new adventures waiting to be discovered. and with each thought, I could feel the edges of worry softening, allowing room for a tender confidence to bloom in its place. I desired for them both, my son and his partner, to create a rich, loving environment that encapsulated everything that family and connection meant. I reveled in the promise this union held, a promise of new beginnings, of love, of laughter, and of shared burdens eased by partnership. As the night deepened and the soft melody of crickets hummed soothingly outside, I took one more deep, fulfilling breath. With the gentle flicker of hope warming my heart, I surrendered to the quiet of the evening. I imagined my son stepping into this courageous new chapter, guided by love and buoyed by the joyous memories of what had been and what will be. The night wrapped around me, and I felt at peace, knowing that both my son and his future were cherished within the tender fabric of dreams, building a beautiful story that was still unfolding. Softly, I turned my focus inward, listening to the whispers of the night as they lulled both my mind and heart into a place of calm. Hello and welcome. My name is Emily, and I'm so glad to have you here with me again. As we drift deeper into our story, I invite you to settle comfortably and let the gentle embrace of calmness wash over you. The evening was quiet now, a soft serenity enveloping the air like a warm cashmere blanket. I could hear the distant chirping of crickets, their rhythmic calls blending harmoniously with the muffled sounds of rustling leaves outside. The sun had vanished beyond the horizon, leaving traces of its golden light painted across the sky, giving way to a tranquil twilight. As Helen found herself pondering the upcoming wedding, a sense of mixed emotions floated through her mind. The delicate blend of joy and apprehension hummed quietly like the soothing sound of a distant brook. She took a deep breath, letting the familiar aroma of her home, the fragrant hints of lavender from the potpourri that she kept on the side table, calm her racing heart. With a determined sense of purpose settling in, she retrieved a notepad from her organized drawer, its surface smooth under her fingertips. She picked up her favorite pen, a soft blue one that glided effortlessly across the paper, and began to write. The list began with the essentials: selecting a venue, crafting a guest list, and even the delicious details of the cake. Each item she penned, she imagined how her son's face would light up with delight at the thought of the intricacies that would surround his special day. As she wrote, the gentle scratching of the pen rhythmically filled the air, a comforting sound that wrapped around her, making the task feel light, even buoyant in a way. The more she jotted down, the clearer the picture became in her mind. The whispers of excitement began to ripple through her with each new idea. Colors danced in her imagination, soft pastels and vibrant florals swirling together in harmony. Ideas floated around her, cascading fabric for bridesmaids' dresses, sweet melodies for the ceremony, and a joyous laughter that echoed through the air. After noting a few more items, she paused, her pen resting lightly against the page. The warmth of the moment brought a soft smile to her lips as her mind drifted towards the centerpiece of this celebration, the love story her son was weaving with his partner. Casting aside the notepad, she felt it was time to reach out to him. Perhaps sharing this journey together could ease some of her apprehension. With her heart gently thumping in her chest, she picked up her phone, the familiar smoothness of the glass under her fingers grounding her. The screen lit up softly as she navigated to his contact. "How are you doing with everything?" she typed out, each letter eliciting a brief shudder of excitement tinged with a touch of nerves. She hesitated for a moment, wishing to find the right words to share the bubbling joy that was starting to surface within her. She finally decided, with a soft touch on the screen, to add, I've been thinking about your wedding. Shall we chat about plans? The anticipation fluttered pleasantly in her stomach as she sent the message, the sound of the ding bringing a delightful thrill. She imagined her son, perhaps sitting in a cozy chair or lounging under a blanket, receiving her words. Would he smile? She hoped he'd be thrilled, ready to engage and share his dreams for the day. As the minutes passed, with only the soft ticking of the clock to keep her company, Helen closed her eyes, allowing her thoughts to drift toward the wedding day itself. With each passing moment, images unfurled in her mind like petals of a blooming flower. A sunny day, the warmth of the sun enveloping everyone like a big hug. The soft rustling of leaves overhead as guests gathered, their laughter filling the air, a sweet serenade of love and companionship. Her son's face flashed into her mind, radiant with happiness as he stood before his beloved, surrounded by cherished friends and family. She could see the glimmer in his eyes, the corners of his mouth curving upward, exuding joy that seemed to radiate with a light all its own. She imagined silence falling gently as the couple exchanged vows, words of promise crackling with sincerity, framed against the backdrop of fluttering petals and gentle breezes. Helen envisioned herself standing proudly among the gathered guests. She could already feel the warmth of the sun kissing her skin, a gentle breeze curling around her like a whisper of encouragement. In her fantasy, she wore a dress of soft, blush-pink fabric, its lightness making every movement feel like a dance. The fabric flowed around her, the delicate texture gliding effortlessly as she turned to witness this momentous occasion. Her heart swelled with a tender glow as she imagined herself speaking, her voice steady and supportive as she offered her love and admiration to her son and his partner. Each word spoken wrapped around them like a protective shawl, a sacred promise of her unwavering support, woven together with threads of guidance and love. As the daydreaming continued, she could hear the music playing in the background, a gentle symphony that would carry their laughter and joy up into the sky. The chords danced like the sunbeams filtering through the trees, wrapping everyone in an embrace of warmth. The sweet scent of flowers filled her lungs, mingled with the mouth-watering aroma of the feast that awaited them, a culinary masterpiece prepared with love. A soft buzz from her phone broke through her reverie, sending a thrill through her. It was her son's response, short and inviting. "Absolutely! I'd love to talk. Let's meet tomorrow afternoon." Helen's heart leapt, a shimmering sense of connectivity filling the space around her. A warm glow spread through her as she replied with enthusiasm, "Perfect! Can't wait to dive into all the exciting details with you." With every plan and idea flowing through her mind like a calm river, her anxiety began to dissipate, replaced by an uplifting sense of purpose. She felt strong, like an anchor in a gentle sea, ready to support her son as he prepared for one of the biggest days of his life. Each detail she envisioned brought forth ripples of joy that merged with a deeper understanding of love, the enduring kind that celebrates every step of the journey. The soothing sounds of the evening filled the air once more, lulling her into a state of blissful calmness. Helen knew that as she stepped into this new chapter, she would embrace the joy of the wedding wholeheartedly, celebrating love, family, and the beauty of new beginnings. With a heart ready to nurture and uphold, she could already hear the delightful laughter and feel the cherished moments waiting just beyond the horizon. She drew a deep breath and let it go, allowing the warmth of the night to embrace her in companionship as she drifted off into thoughts of love and the magic of the day ahead. As I settled deeper into my chair, the evening air wrapped around me like a soothing cocoon. The soft hum of the house was a perfect backdrop, and in this moment I felt the gentle glow of contentment bloom within me. The day had been filled with bustling preparations, and now it was time to unwind, savoring the tranquil rhythm of the night. The family room was imbued with a soft light, the kind that casts familiar shadows and creates moments of intimacy. I could hear the faint creaking of the old wooden floorboards beneath my feet, the whispers of a house that had witnessed so much love and laughter over the years. It was a safe space, where memories intermingled with the present, crafting a tapestry of warmth that embraced us. My son entered the room, a warm smile on his face that lit up the space, echoing the joy that was palpable in his eyes. He seemed more radiant than ever, and as he approached, I couldn't help but feel a flutter of excitement, a gentle tapping of anticipation in my heart, like the gentle rustling of leaves that adorned our garden. "Hey, Mom," he said, settling into the chair across from me, the fabric soft beneath him, just as the comfort of our familiar surroundings swaddled me. The aroma of the nighttime jasmine drifted through the open window, its scent weaving intricately with our surroundings, creating a rich tapestry of emotional connection that seemed to transport us to other places. "Hey, sweetheart," I replied softly, my voice weaving through the air like a soft lullaby. "How was your day?" His eyes sparkled with enthusiasm, and he leaned forward, an eager gleam igniting the conversation. "It was great. I've been thinking about my fiancé a lot lately, about the wedding and how profound this change is for both of us." The warmth in his voice enveloped us, just as my affectionate gaze held him steady. My son, my boy, now grown into a man who navigated his own path with grace. I nodded, attuning my expression to match the depth of his emotions. "Tell me more about her," I urged, encouraging him to unfold the tapestry of his heart. "What do you love most about her?" He paused for a moment, his eyes wandering as if searching for the right words. I could almost see the gears turning slowly in his mind, the gentle rumination mirroring the very calm energy of the evening around us. "It's hard to explain. She understands me. When I'm with her, I can be myself completely. There's no judgment, just support and understanding," he said, his voice steady and sincere. As I listened, I realized how much he had bloomed over time. He spoke with a maturity that resonated through his words, laced with hope and love that I could almost touch. The evenings we spent enveloped in discussions ranging from dreams to aspirations were spilling out now, like tendrils of mist curling through the air, bringing clarity to thoughts that once felt heavy. "Mom," he continued, his gaze intense, "I see my future with her and it feels right. I never thought I'd have a connection like this, especially someone who would inspire me to be better." I felt warmth blossom in my chest, a testament to our bond, enriched by quiet conversations like this one. Moments like these revealed the man he was becoming, confident in his choices, anchored in his emotions. "That's beautiful," I whispered, allowing the soft words to cradle him, wrapping him in reassurance. In his eyes, I saw a reflection of the boy who once sat beside me, eager to share every childhood joy. Now, that same excitement turned into dreams of the future. "What do you envision for the two of you?" I asked gently, wanting to delve deeper into the beautiful possibilities he saw before him. He leaned back, crossing his arms thoughtfully, and I watched the light from the lamp dance off his features. "I see us building our own life, our own family. We talk about traveling, experiencing everything life has to offer," he shared, a content smile curling at the edges of his mouth, mirroring the dreams he spun. Tracing his words, I felt a sense of wonder fill the room around us. I remembered the hopes I once held for him, and suddenly they felt intertwined with his own visions. The charm of the old oak tree in our backyard came to mind, roots digging deep into the earth, branches reaching toward the sky, a metaphor for our growing family and dreams stretching far beyond what I ever imagined. He suddenly chuckled, the sound light and airy, breaking through the reflective atmosphere. You'd like her, Mom. She is genuine and kind, and I can't wait for you to meet her. The way she carries herself, it's like she lights up the room, much like, well, you do. Oh, the pure joy bubbling up made my heart sing. I could feel the flash of a blush creeping up my cheeks at the unexpected compliment, enveloped in the sweetness of his affirmation. You know, you make me proud, don't you? I replied, leaning forward meaningfully as I brushed my fingers across the fabric of my chair, feeling its textured warmth. Just to hear you say that brings me comfort. It gives me strength, he replied, a deeper sincerity etching into his expression. I feel ready to take on the world with her by my side. The quiet buzz of the world outside slipped into our conversation, the soft whoosh of the wind gently cradling our thoughts. I could hear the distant laughter from neighbors, compelling us to hold on to these tender moments, recognizing how they weaved into the fabric of family and love. Life has a way of surprising us, doesn't it? I mused softly, drawing his focus back to me. You've grown, not just in age, but in heart and spirit. I'm excited to see where this journey takes you. Hello and welcome. My name is Emily, and I'm so glad to have you join me in this calm, serene space where we can escape just for a while. As I sit in my cozy armchair, I take a moment to embrace the gentle unfolding of the world outside my window. Leaves flutter softly in the evening breeze, and the distant sound of laughter carries on the wind, blending seamlessly with the melodic chirping of crickets. It's a beautiful night, each sound wrapping around me like a warm blanket, reminding me that life flows even in the quietest of hours. As the days passed in anticipation of the wedding, I felt a stirring in my heart, a mix of joy and trepidation flitting like butterfly wings through my soul. My son's engagement had sparked a flurry of activity and emotion within our home. Preparing for such a joyous occasion was a delightful challenge, and I resolved to be a steady presence for him. I ventured out one sunny afternoon to explore the local vendors scattered throughout our charming town. A stroll down memory lane, adorned with the vibrant hues of flowers and the delectable aromas wafting from nearby bakeries. The streets were alive with the sounds of laughter, children playing, and the gentle rustle of leaves overhead, as if nature itself was celebrating the love that my son and his fiancée were about to share. Entering the first shop, I was greeted by the sweet aroma of fresh blooms, the delightful fragrance filling my senses. The florist, an older gentleman named Mr. Thompson, welcomed me with a warm smile. His hands, weathered and gentle, cradled a vibrant bouquet of daisies and roses, their delicate petals seeming to sing of love and commitment. "Good afternoon, Miss Helen," he said, using my name with an ease that made me feel instantly at home. "What can I help you with today?" I smiled, feeling a comforting wave of nostalgia wash over me. "I'm here to help plan my son's wedding. We need flowers, of course. Something bright and cheerful, just like the couple." "Ah, lovebirds," he chuckled, his eyes twinkling with mischief. "Let's see what we can create." As he showed me several arrangements, I could feel the joy of planning knitting together threads of my heart. Each bouquet sparked a flurry of memories from my own wedding day, the sights, the scents, the sweet happiness shared among family and friends. After selecting the perfect flowers, azure delphiniums and soft blush peonies, I left the shop with a buoyant spirit, utterly delighted with our choices. The weight of my usual worries seemed to lift as I embraced this refreshing task. Next, I made my way to the bakery that had always been my haven. The sweet scent of vanilla and sugar wafted through the air, hugging me like an old friend. I closed my eyes for a moment, letting the waves of comfort envelop me. As soon as I entered, the baker, a vivacious woman named Clara, welcomed me with open arms. "Helen, it's so lovely to see you," she exclaimed, bustling around her shop, dusting flour off her apron. "What can I bake for you today?" "I'm planning my son's wedding," I responded, the excitement bubbling up like a soft, warm brew. "We need a cake, something special to celebrate their love. I want it to be unforgettable." Clara grinned widely, her enthusiasm infectious. "Oh, I've been dreaming of making a grand cake for such a lovely occasion. Let's discuss the flavors and designs." Together, we explored rich chocolate ganache, strawberry vanilla, and the lightest lemon chiffon imaginable. Each flavor danced on my tongue in a vivid display of both nostalgia and future joy. As I left the bakery, my heart swelled with anticipation. The wedding was starting to take form, with fluttering petals of flowers and the promise of sweets mingling in my mind. I felt alive with excitement. Each little detail brought a beam of brightness into my otherwise mundane routine, and it rejoiced in the knowledge that love was blooming all around us. In the days that followed, amidst floral arrangements and cake tastings, we planned a family gathering to celebrate my son's engagement, a reunion filled with laughter, love, and cherished memories. I sent out invitations to family members, and the replies flowed in faster than I anticipated. Each response was like a note of music, contributing to the symphony of joy that filled our home. Finally, the evening arrived when everyone gathered around our dining table, familiar faces etched with warmth and smiles. My heart filled with gratitude and love as I watched the room come alive in the gentle glow of soft lighting and flickering candles. The chatter embraced me, creating a soothing rhythm as everyone shared their thoughts, their hopes for the couple. The sound of clinking glasses and hearty laughter created a rich backdrop against which old stories were spun, and love was celebrated anew. The fragrance of Clara's freshly baked pastries wafted through the air, mingling with the hearty aromas of the dishes I had prepared. The warmth of the gathering enveloped us as we shared in the joy of family and tradition. Sinking into my chair and taking in the scene, I felt a wave of love cascading over me, a reminder of just how much we cared for one another. Amidst the bustle of conversation, I caught glimpses of my son and his fiancée, their eyes sparkling with bliss, their joy illuminating even the dimmest corners of the room. Witnessing their happiness as they basked in the support of our family evoked a deep sense of fulfillment within me. "You know," I said, lifting my glass to toast, "this night is for not just the beautiful couple, but for all of us who love them." Cheers erupted around the table, resonating with sweet harmony through our hearts. The air was filled with warmth, a gentle energy that bound us closer together. Throughout the evening, time felt like a soft river, meandering through the stories, the laughter, and the joyous celebration of love that transcended everything else. As the night began to wane, and the stars twinkled brightly in the indigo sky outside, I found solace in the sweet quiet of our home. The gathering might have come to a close, but the warmth lingered, wrapping around me gently as I prepared for bed. I smiled, recalling the love that was shared, the laughter that echoed, and the joyful unity of our family. As I nestled into my blankets, I closed my eyes, allowing the soft memories of the day to wash over me like the gentle tide of a serene sea. There were challenges and preparations still ahead, yet in this moment I felt at peace. The heart of my family was strong, and I would embrace every step of the journey, all while cherishing the profound joy that danced within me. and with that, I drifted off into a calming sleep, the whispers of love and anticipation soothing me into a beautiful dream. Hello and welcome. My name is Emily, and I'm so glad to have you here with me again as we drift deeper into this serene journey together. Today is a special day, one that feels wrapped in a silky layer of anticipation and warmth. The sun is peeking through the clouds, spilling soft golden light across the delicate petals of flowers as I make my way to the wedding venue. With each step, I can feel a gentle flutter of nerves dancing in my chest, accompanied by the exhilarating thrill of excitement that comes with such a joyous occasion. As I arrive at the venue, a charming garden filled with vibrant blooms and lush greenery, the sweet fragrance of roses and lavender wraps around me like a hug from nature itself. The nurturing touch of the cool breeze dances upon my skin, whispering promises of love and happiness. I take a deep breath, inhaling the scent of blossoms mixed with a hint of freshly cut grass that grounds me in this moment. It's like the world has paused, allowing me to absorb the beauty surrounding me before the day accelerates into full rhythm. Guests are beginning to gather, their laughter and soft conversations creating a harmonious backdrop. I take a moment to observe, watching friends and family embrace, their smiles illuminating the space with warmth and joy. Little children run around with gleeful squeals, their carefree spirits radiating the pure essence of love that fills the air. Sitting on a nearby bench, I allow myself to take in this glimpse of happiness, my heart swelling with fond nostalgia. This day, my son's wedding, is both a culmination of love and a gentle reminder of the passing of time. As I unfold the tender memories from when he was just a little boy, his laughter, his curiosity about the world, the hugs that felt like home, I can't help but feel a delicate ache in my heart. Today marks a significant step not just in my son's life, but in the fabric of love he and his partner are weaving together. When the ceremony begins, I find myself enveloped in the rush of emotions that swirl like soft music around me. I take a seat among the rows of polished wooden chairs, each seat adorned with delicate white ribbons that flutter gently, as if sharing in the excitement. I feel the smooth, cool wood beneath my fingers as I adjust my position. And there at the front, my son stands tall and beaming, looking as though he is basking in his own light. His partner, radiant and glowing, walks down the aisle, and I watch as their eyes meet, a beautiful spark igniting in the air between them. The officiant, with a soothing voice that resonates through the gathering, speaks of love, commitment, and the beauty of togetherness. Each word flows through me, wrapping around my heart, stirring up a sense of peace. I listen closely, absorbing the essence of the vows they exchange, a promise of support, laughter, and growth together. Their love is tangible, a warm glow that saturates the air like the sun peeking through the clouds. As the couple speaks their vows, my heart swells with immense pride. I feel grateful for the love that brought them together and for this day that celebrates that love. It's a love that fills the room with laughter and joy, creating a symphony of emotions that bring tears to my eyes. I blink softly, allowing those precious drops to spill over, a release of my inner sentiments, a testament to what this moment means to me. The breeze continues to rustle the leaves overhead, creating a subtle melody, accompanying the whispers of love exchanged. The soft sound of laughter mingles with the chirping of birds perched high in the trees, adding delightful notes to this beautiful occasion. I sit in stillness as the sun glistens on their joined hands, illuminating the love that binds them, as if the universe is showering its blessings upon this sacred union. Time feels suspended, each second stretching beautifully as I watch my son embrace this significant chapter of his life. In the quiet of the moment, I'm transported back in time. Images of birthday parties filled with cake and laughter, the way he would race home with excitement to share his day, and the nights we spent reading by the gentle glow of a bedside lamp. Each memory is precious, a thread in the tapestry of his life that has led him to this moment. As they exchange rings, a simple yet profound gesture, the weight of love enters the air, filling every corner of the garden. I watch their fingers intertwine and how their faces radiate with joy as they declare their love for one another in front of those gathered. It's a celebration of not just their love, but of family, community, and the shared journey that has brought us all together today. Excitement ripples through the crowd like a gentle wave, people murmuring softly amongst themselves, their expressions glowing with admiration. The officiant pronounces them bonded in love and life, and cheers erupt from the guests. There is something divine in the air, a sense of belonging and unity that wraps around us like a soft, comforting blanket. For a fleeting moment, I lose myself in the rapture of celebration, the sounds of joy ringing through my ears as I join in the applause. As the couple walks down the aisle, hand in hand, I feel the overwhelming warmth of happiness wash over me. I can't help but smile broadly, my heart feeling light and fluttery as I envision the beautiful journey they are about to embark upon together. Every step they take towards their new life is laden with the promise of adventure, laughter, and countless cherished memories yet to unfold. The reception begins, and a cacophony of animated conversations fills the air. I navigate through groups of people, their cheerful faces bright, greeting friends and family. Each encounter is filled with warmth and heartfelt wishes. The atmosphere is electric, the sun starting to dip low, casting a golden hue upon the festivities, resembling the warm embrace of family and friends. As I settle down at a table, adorned with the soft twinkling of fairy lights and flowers, I take a moment to breathe deeply, embracing the stillness within myself amidst the joyous chaos. I reflect on how love has the magic to touch lives, transform hearts, and create bonds that last a lifetime. The beauty of my son's union awakens in me a profound realization of how love can be transformative, a gentle reminder to cherish both the fleeting moments and the lasting ones. The sound of laughter and clinking glasses fills the air, creating a harmonious melody that weaves through the venue. I watch the couple as they enter the reception, their eyes sparkling like stars, completely engrossed in each other. The band strikes up a song, a delicate melodic tune that rises softly, wrapping around us and inviting pairs onto the dance floor. The rhythm beckons, soothing and gentle, just like the love surrounding us. And in this moment, as they share their first dance, enveloped in soft light, my heart swells with gratitude. Grateful for love that opens our hearts, guiding us through the winding paths of life. I surrender to the warmth and embrace this gift, allowing the melody to cradle me as I share in their laughter, their joy, their love. Hello and welcome. My name is Emily, and I'm so thankful to be here with you as we dive gently into the final chapter of this soothing journey. The fragrant remnants of the wedding day fill my heart with warmth as I sit in a quiet corner of my cozy home where the familiar embrace of twilight casts a soft glow around me. Tonight, we join Helen just a little while after the magnificent day she witnessed, filled with laughter and the joyful merging of two families. The air still carries the echoes of celebration, and as the last few rays of sun slowly fade into the horizon, she gathers her loved ones in the gentle warmth of their living room, a sacred space now imbued with the memories of an unforgettable day. Helen can feel the threads of connection between them all, each smile a reminder of the deep bonds of love that knit their lives together. They settle into their seats, the soft rustle of clothing filling the room, enlivened by the unmistakable comfort of home. The aroma of freshly brewed tea wafts about, mingling with the light scent of flowers that had adorned the wedding venue just hours before. These blooms still hold a delicate perfume, lingering in the air like the sweet notes of a treasured song. "I can't believe the day is over," Helen says softly, her voice barely breaking through the soothing lull of the night. She glances around at her family, their faces illuminated with a shared joy, reflecting on all that they had experienced together. The joyous laughter of guests still dances in her memory, intertwining with the tender vows spoken just moments before she and Jeremy shared a look that solidified their unbreakable bond. "Neither can I. It feels like a dream," her son's partner, Sarah, replies, her eyes shimmering with emotion. Everything was perfect. Helen feels a pang of warmth at their togetherness. The love shared between her son and Sarah is as palpable as the soft blankets they now cuddle into, as they all wrap up in the comfort of the evening. Quiet moments pass as they sip their tea, each person reflecting on their favorite memories from the day. Helen closes her eyes for just a moment, envisioning the vibrant scene of her son standing at the altar, dressed sharply, filled with anticipation and a sprinkle of nerves. His smile had been radiant, lighting up not just his face, but the entire room, and her heart swelled with pride. She had reached out then, gently squeezing his hand, both reassuring him and herself that this was exactly where they were meant to be. Eventually, the conversation flows naturally, and they share tales of how they each felt throughout the ceremony, the idyllic decorations, the laughter during the reception, and even the heartwarming speeches that had brought happy tears to their eyes. Helen's heart warms further as she hears the words from loved ones. Those declarations were a beautiful tribute to the new journey her son and Sarah were embarking on together. "What I loved most was watching you both," Helen adds, her voice serene. "The way you looked at each other, it was as if the world melted away and nothing else existed." She looks at Sarah, then back at her son, an embrace of family surrounding them. In that moment, she acknowledges the profound transformation within herself, the acceptance of the starring role of mother transitioning into that of a supportive guide. Helen's thoughts meander gently back to memories of her own wedding day, so filled with promise and hope. And now she feels as though she is experiencing it all again through the eyes of her son. Their lives had changed the moment they began this journey together, and the sight of their love has filled her heart with tranquility and gratitude. "I can't wait for future family gatherings," she muses, a soft smile gracing her lips. "Imagine all the barbecues and holiday gatherings we will have as a big, beautiful family." The thought drapes over her like a warm blanket, and a gentle swell of anticipation fills the room. Exactly. Just think of all the memories to come. Sarah beams, her exuberance lighting the room further. The promise of laughter and stories, intertwined with warmth and shared experiences, evokes a sense of unity that clings to the soft evening air. In this tranquil space, Helen feels embraced by love, the air rich with the camaraderie that each family member brings. She values every moment they share, realizing that life continually offers them opportunities to create new memories, to strengthen the bonds and connections that matter so deeply. Just then, the tranquility of the night is punctuated with the soft, distant sound of crickets serenading the evening. This natural melody flows through the open window, a peaceful reminder of life unfolding, even as the day comes to a close. Helen smiles softly, her thoughts drifting, dreaming of the gatherings rich in laughter, of family traditions blossoming anew, allowing her to share her wisdom with her son and Sarah as their story continues to unfold. As the evening grows darker and the stars begin to twinkle outside, the atmosphere feels almost suffused with magic. Helen takes a deep breath, inhaling the sweet scent of possibility that lives within these walls. She looks back at her son, who is animatedly recounting a particularly funny moment from the celebration, and there is a freshness in hearing his voice, filled with hopes, dreams, and shared futures. Surrounded by the serenity of love and warmth, Helen knows she is ready to embrace this new beginning. With each heartbeat, she feels lighter, letting go of old fears and uncertainties surrounding this transition. She understands that her relationship with her son will grow and morph, but it will be filled with the unyielding love that has always defined their bond, a bond that now encompasses another. As the night deepens, a profound sense of peace washes over her. Helen leans back, letting the cozy familiarity of their living room soak into her being. She observes the glow of shared happiness around them, like silken threads weaving through the fabric of their lives. It reminds her of the strength that love can give, carrying them through all that life may present. And so, with a soft sigh, Helen embraces her new role. The night wraps around her like the softest of blankets, caressing her as she sinks into the tranquility of the moment. She feels a calmness settle around them all, drifting into comforting dreams filled with laughter, love, and the promise of many beautiful gatherings to come. Thank you for joining me on this calming journey tonight. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to the channel for more calming stories like this one. I wish you sweet dreams and a restful night as you drift off into slumber. Good night.